Alright. Close that door. Put the shit up. And let's go. So, bit of a different setup today because I don't want my phone to fall off while I'm driving. Where am I driving? Driving to the beach. Going to Jemana, trying to stay at my place. Well, not trying to stay at my place house. My place house. My mate's house. Going to my mate's house to stay for New Year's Eve. Have a bit of a party. This, that. Kick it back home. And start to grind for New Year. So, I got my ATAR, whatever. Got into my course. No, didn't say it. Got into my course. I'm not going, gonna defer a year. Defer a year so I can focus on business, crypto, all that bullshit. Right, because if I conquer this year, I'll conquer the next 10 years and I'm on a good path. Anyway, that's not the purpose of this video. While I'm driving there, I'm gonna try and pump out a few. Minimum 2. If I don't do 2, I'll be very upset with myself. And in this video, we're going to talk about teaching to learn. Right? Now, you've probably heard of this before. No? But before I get into it, over the break, been working, trying to get my money up, just from at the butcher shop. Been working at the butcher shop from like a few weeks before Christmas, working most days until Christmas, just to get some money up to put more into crypto as the dips happened. And yeah, it's just free cash because people sell with emotion, and like the market is bigger than any news, so it just reverses. Anyway, it's free cash. So yeah, I've been doing that, and I also needed to cover myself for the first few months where I'm not going to be making any money in the business, right? So that cash will come in the next couple of weeks. They'll be sorted, and I'm just for docking this down, recording it, just for my future self to look back on, and so he knows that I was the shit and that he's the shit. Anyway, it's not the purpose of this. It was actually pretty funny. Today I was doing my suicides on the pitch. It was like at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, no one was there. No cars on the road, just me on a Sunday morning, like a psycho doing suicides at 7 o'clock a.m. Anyway, and then, because I took the car, my dad comes riding to the pitch and he's doing these monos up to me. And I'm thinking to myself, who the fuck's this cunt? Anyway, it turned out to be Stavros. And, yeah. What's happening is I'm really, really fit, but I'm not explosive. Anyway, I gotta get more explosive. Alright. Enough fucking yapping. Let's get into the purpose of the video. Teaching to fucking learn. Right? I'm sure using school, or if you've been in school, the teachers, when they're telling you how to revise for exams and subjects and tests and all of this stuff, they bring out this pyramid, right? And at the top, it's like you retain 10% when you just read over notes, and then 20% when you listen to them, and then 30% when you write them out, this, that, and then when you're teaching someone else, you retain the most knowledge, right? And you learn the most. Right? Which is pretty much the best way to learn, right? It's proven by numerous scientific reports, all of this stuff, right? And it's proven to be the quickest way and most effective way to learn. So, when you want to learn something, like, be anything from maths to English to a soccer trick to a combination on the boxing bag to how to trim a fucking porterhouse steak properly to make sure it's the right amount of fat, not too much fat, but just enough for the customer to enjoy it, right? If you teach someone you consolidate the learning process, right? I'll give you an example of when I've done this. We just had our exams for school like a month ago, a little bit over a month ago, and I was teaching my mates content for chemistry, for methods, for English, to further consolidate my understanding. Therefore, when it comes for me to apply this information, I better understand it as I've learnt it more, as I've taught it. If you've taught it, you learn it better. It consolidates. Which brings me to the whole purpose of one of the factors of why I'm doing this YouTube. Not only am I recording it for my future self and to look back on and make little fucking edits, but to also consolidate the business principles and the life principles that I'm learning along the way. Because if I teach it to other people and explain it to other people, I will therefore learn the concepts better. And so you might be thinking that right now I'm teaching this to the benefit of my audience. Sorry. To be completely blatantly honest, the whole YouTube thing at the moment is mostly selfish of me just trying to learn concepts better. And if I can help people along the way, it's fine by me. Fuck, you hear the roar of this human? Not much of a roar. More of a whip. Anyway, so by teaching the principles of sales, before I've actually applied them a lot, I consolidate my sales by explaining my belief systems. I therefore consolidate my belief systems by explaining the best diet. I therefore consolidate the emphasis and the imperative nature of the diet, right? Which I've been slacking off. And I hate to be one of those guys that says, oh, in the new year I'm going to do this, but in the... Yeah, so as I was saying, I hate to be one of those guys that are like, oh, in the new year I'm going to do this. In the new year I'm going to do that. Because why do you have to wait for a number one on a calendar to decide now's the best time to do this, or I'm going to change my life around in this particular year because a number has flipped over to number one and one indicates a fresh start? You fucking silly. You're actually dumb if you think just because a number on a calendar is just going to go cold turkey or something. It's not how this works. If you're really serious about it, you do it today. And if you didn't do it today, the next best opportunity is tomorrow. Oh my glamour. Anyway, the next best opportunity is tomorrow. Right? So, I've been slacking on the diet, and I really can't afford to be doing that because I've got to cut weight to reach middleweight for my boxing. And I'm sitting at around 78, but I need to get to 75, right? Because if I go to 81, to the top range of light heavyweight, I'll be versing someone that's like 6'3", 6'4". And yeah, I don't want to be victim to that height advantage, right? So, as I was saying, the protein kind of thing, I need to get stuck on, and I hate to be one of those people, but it has to start in the new year, because obviously I can't be doing it when I'm in Jemana, but I can, but it's just going to be too hard, really, because I won't be able to track what I'm eating properly because we're eating something different every day. Anyway, so as I teach those concepts, I'll be able, and the importance of it will consolidate better in my rhythm, right? As I teach you how to be better in business and instill belief systems into your life, I will, therefore, consolidate the reasons why I should be doing the same thing. I want you to understand that the reasons I'm teaching all of these things is because I believe it benefits me in my life. I'm not teaching bullshit to bullshit. I'm teaching the shit to help me. Anyway, so if you want to improve in something in your life, the best way to learn it, to instill it, to consolidate it, to highlight its imperativeness, you need to try and teach it to some form. And yes, if you're still an amateur at the thing, right? Teach someone the basics, or try to explain it, or just talk about it. Just talk about it. Because by talking about it, you highlight its importance, you bolster its importance, right? It makes sense if you think about it. In the next video that I'm about to do, right, because I got hours to kill while I'm driving on the beach, I'm going to do another video on why school is actually good, contrary to a lot of what this space thinks, and that school's bad, uni's bad, blah, blah, blah. But school teaches you some principles of how to think and how to learn. Not all the ways you learn in school are good, but there's some key values, key principles that school teaches you that instills in you that you can use to your advantage in business. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Keeping these videos binge-worthy, 20 minutes-ish, 15-ish, to keep you watching. Goodbye. Sun shining, have a look at that. Wow. Have a good day, Mo.